The moment her daughter's lips moved, the world seemed to stop breathing. On a quiet afternoon at a small city playground, surrounded by the ordinary sounds of children laughing and swings creaking, a powerful CEO stood frozen in disbelief as the one thing doctors had said might never happen unfolded right in front of her eyes. What began as an attempt to escape the pressure of boardrooms and expectations became the moment that shattered years of silence, fear, and guarded hope. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the quiet miracles that happen when people least expect them, take a moment now to like this video. Share it with someone who needs encouragement, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps keep stories like this alive. Rebecca Collins had built an empire with discipline and steel resolve. As the CEO of a national healthcare technology company, she was known for her precision, her calm authority, and her ability to make impossible decisions without hesitation. But none of that strength mattered when it came to her daughter, Lily. Lily was 7 years old and had never spoken a single word. Not a sound, not a whisper, not even in moments of pain or joy. Specialists labeled her condition in careful terms. Layers of diagnoses that sounded clinical but offered little comfort. Rebecca memorized them all. Yet every night she lay awake wondering what it felt like inside her daughter's silent world. Rebecca's life was filled with assistants, chauffeurs, private offices, and carefully managed time. Lily's life was filled with routines designed to make her feel safe. Therapy appointments, visual cards, quiet rooms, and patient teachers who tried their best. Rebecca loved her daughter fiercely, but guilt followed her everywhere. She often wondered if Lily's silence was somehow connected to the long hours, the late nights, the emotional distance she was forced to maintain to survive in a ruthless corporate world. That guilt was what led her to the playground that afternoon. It was a modest park, far from Rebecca's usual surroundings. No security detail, no photographers, no polished image to protect. Just a bench, a sandbox, and a set of worn swings. Lily sat beside her mother, clutching a small stuffed rabbit, her eyes scanning the space with cautious curiosity. Rebecca watched other parents interact with their children and felt a familiar ache. She loved Lily deeply, but there was an invisible wall she could never seem to cross. A few steps away, another parent struggled with his own quiet battles. Daniel Harper was a single father who measured his days in small victories, getting his son dressed on time, packing lunch with whatever he could afford, keeping a smile even when exhaustion threatened to swallow him whole. His wife had left years earlier, and the responsibility of raising a child alone had reshaped him into someone gentler, more patient, and deeply aware of how fragile childhood could be. Daniel's son, Noah, was 4 years old and full of energy. He ran across the playground, laughing freely, climbing, jumping, and falling without fear. Daniel followed at a distance, ready to catch him if needed, but allowing him the freedom he himself had rarely known growing up. It was Noah who first noticed Lily. Children often sense difference without judgment, and Noah approached her with unfiltered curiosity. Rebecca stiffened instinctively, prepared for the awkward moment that usually followed. Questions, stares, misunderstandings. But Daniel did not rush over or pull his son away. He watched calmly, trusting the situation to unfold naturally. Noah sat beside Lily in the sand, began shaping small mound with his hands, and offered her a plastic shovel, without expecting anything in return. Lily watched him carefully. Her fingers tightened around her stuffed rabbit. Rebecca's heart raced. She had seen moments like this before, brief connections that faded into disappointment. She prepared herself for silence, for withdrawal, for the familiar sting of hope crushed once again. Daniel eventually joined them, sitting a few feet away, his posture relaxed. He did not speak loudly or force interaction. He simply participated, shaping sand, smiling, creating a space where nothing was demanded. Time slowed. The city noise faded into background. Rebecca found herself holding her breath. Something shifted inside Lily. It was subtle at first. Her shoulders relaxed. Her gaze lingered longer. When Noah laughed at a crooked sand tower, Lily's lips trembled. Rebecca leaned forward, barely daring to believe what she saw. Lily's mouth opened slightly, as if testing the air itself. Then, almost impossibly, a sound emerged. Soft, shaky, but unmistakably intentional. It was not a full sentence. It was not clear, but it was her voice. Rebecca felt the ground tilt beneath her. Tears filled her eyes as years of fear, frustration, and silent prayers crashed into that single fragile sound. Daniel froze as well, instinctively aware that something extraordinary had just happened. He did not celebrate or react dramatically. He remained still, allowing the moment to belong to Lily and her mother. Lily's eyes widened, startled by herself. She looked at Noah, then at Daniel, then back at Rebecca. Another sound followed, stronger this time, more certain. Rebecca covered her mouth, sobbing quietly, afraid that even breathing too loudly might shatter the miracle unfolding before her. That afternoon changed everything. Not because a child spoke for the first time, but because Rebecca realized something profound. Lily did not need pressure, perfection, or endless expectations. She needed presence, safety, patience. Daniel had unknowingly given her daughter what years of structured therapy could not provide in that moment, a space free of fear. Rebecca reached out to Daniel later, her gratitude overflowing but carefully expressed. She did not offer charity or make grand gestures. She listened to his story. She learned about his struggles, his dedication, his quiet resilience. Over time, she created opportunities that honored his integrity rather than rewarding him for the miracle he had witnessed. Lily continued to speak, slowly, unevenly, but with growing confidence. Words came like seedlings breaking through soil, fragile but alive. Rebecca restructured her life, stepping back from certain responsibilities, choosing presence over prestige whenever she could. Daniel found stability and purpose in ways he had not imagined, his kindness returning to him multiplied. As this story draws near its end, if it touched your heart or reminded you of the power of patience and kindness, please like this video, share it with someone who believes in hope, and subscribe to the channel. Your engagement helps these stories reach others who need light in dark moments. And before you leave, we have one special request. Comment below and tell us this. Do you believe small moments can create the biggest miracles? Because sometimes a playground becomes a place of healing, and a stranger becomes part of a story that changes everything.